Hi everyone, it's Michael Brook from Rapid Couples Counselling. I just thought I'd record another small video for those of you who might be having challenges with your relationship. Now, after having worked with hundreds of different couples, I've got a very clear idea about what success looks like in a long-term relationship. So let's have a talk about what the formula for relationship success is. So there's a number of key components to a successful relationship, and those need to be there in order for a relationship to work. The first one is both partners need to look in the future and see the same picture and want the same picture. You need to be able to look into the future 5 years from now and see a life together you both want. Now, if there's a difference between what you want and what your partner wants in a substantial way, well, there's going to be an ongoing difficulty between the two of you. There's going to be an ongoing tension between the two of you. It's really necessary for both people to be able to look in the future and see a life together they both want. A common example of this is, for example, one person wants children and the other one doesn't. Or one person wants to move to a different location or a different state or move overseas, and the other person wants to stay where they are. There's a couple of things that are quite consistent in terms of when there's a difficulty in terms of what both people want in the future. So that's the first step. This is a necessary thing. The next thing is that both people need to take full responsibility for the role they bring into a relationship to confront themselves. Having worked with hundreds of couples, I can tell you very clearly that the successful couples that successfully navigate a relationship crisis are the ones where both people are prepared to confront themselves and to bring the best themselves to the relationship. If I'm blaming you for my emotional mess, and if I'm blaming you for my behaviour, then no forward movement in a relationship is possible. Now, sometimes some people do some things to their partner that is genuinely horrible. That said, often a lot of couples get into a mutual deprivation pact where one person blames their partner for what they're doing, and they withdraw from the relationship, and the other person notices their partner's withdrawing, so they withdraw a little bit, and there's this incremental withdrawing from each other, as opposed to asking the question, what am I bringing and how can I bring the best to myself? So this is a necessary thing in order for a relationship to improve, in order for it to function over the longer term. The next thing is both people need to desire each other physically, and there needs to be a good sexual engagement. Sex is one of the things you can't actually agree to disagree upon. If one person says, I never want to have sex with you ever again, and the other person is supposed to be okay with that, and the other person wants to have sex, there's going to be substantial difficulty. It's necessary for couples to have an agreement upon sex and to desire each other, right? The next thing is a relationship needs to be forward-looking and not backwards-looking. This is a very common problem in that one person in the relationship is typically an historian. The historian will bring up different things from the past all the time as a way of either getting back at their partner, or normally in the heat of an argument, they will bring up the past in order for them to win the argument. And that doesn't work. Some people will carry resentment towards their partner for many, many years, and that doesn't work either. The next thing is reciprocity and fairness has to be a central part of the relationship. Fairness is a mammalian value. What that means is, if you put monkeys or dogs or birds in a closed environment and feed them unfairly, the animal that's not being treated fairly will lose its shit. Yeah, I've got a greyhound. If you put 5 greyhounds in a yard and feed 4 of them, the one that hasn't been fed fairly will lose its shit and let you know that it needs to be fed fairly. So it's very important for fairness to be a central part in the relationship. If one person in the relationship says, it's okay for my needs to be met and I don't have to meet yours, well, the relationship isn't going to work, right? Or if one person wants 80% of their needs met and only prepared to meet their partner 20% of the way, well, that doesn't work either. Over a period of time, if a relationship's unfair, then resentment will be built up, and they will desire to leave the relationship. And so finally, there has to be a values alignment. So what's important to you needs to be important to your partner. So for example, if one person has very high value on fitness, right? So fitness and health is very important to them, and their partner sits at home and in the evening eats a pizza and drinks 12 cans of beer, the relationship isn't going to last very long. So it's very important. So this is a formula for relationship success. And when many clients come to me in the first session, I go, hey, this is what works. And then they look at, they're going, oh yeah, so we don't see a future together. We're not really taking full responsibility. The sex might be okay, but with all this stuff in the past comes up all the time. One of us thinks they're being treated unfairly, and values alignment might be fine, but a whole heap of the others aren't working. All of these things need to be working in order for the relationship to be successful. And so notice this is a formula for success. And I'm very, very interested in what success looks like, and to guiding my clients and the people I work with onto what the formula for success is. And often it doesn't take a lot to get people back to doing what works. So this is what the success formula for a relationship looks like. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you're going through a relationship challenge, please go to rapidcouplescounselling.com.au or email me at info@rapidcouplescounselling.com.au, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can, so I can look forward to helping you have the kind of relationship that you really want. Thanks very much. Bye.